Joining us now, 1080 the Fan Zone, Dusty Harrah, live from Landover, Maryland, to watch the Army-Navy game. Dusty, thanks for joining us, my friend. How you enjoying that East Coast hospitality over there, brother?
It is cold, but beautiful. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's actually not too cold. We were walking around last night when we got in, and it was probably 26 degrees.
Ooh, deep and crisp and even. There you go.
No snow. It's
no
nice
snow.
out here. Yeah. So we're good. It's going to be like 40 degrees today, and it should be about 42, 43 for the game tomorrow. So I'm really excited. I mean, this is a bucket list trip. It's already been amazing. You just kind of walk around the streets of DC and you see so many Army, Navy sweatshirts, sweaters, a lot of hand knitted sweaters for Army and Navy,
Really?
which did not have that on my bingo card. But yeah, I mean, the pride is immense. I mean, all you hear is beat Army, beat Navy. I mean, like when we usually walk around and you're getting ready for a big game, you'll hear, go Ducks, go Beavs, whatever. No, it is nothing but beat Navy, beat Army. And so you kind of have to readjust the way that you think about it when you're watching the heckling go back and forth.
What are you looking forward to most about this bucket list rivalry game? Are you looking forward to seeing the cadets march out? Are you looking forward to maybe getting your hands on getting to shoot a howitzer if one of the teams scores a touchdown? What are you most excited for?
It's the pageantry of the whole day, and that's kind of what everybody's been talking about is, it is the day in its entirety that makes this trip special, that makes this game special. And whether it is the march out before the game and you get to see the teams kind of come onto the field, you see the cadets and you see the midshipmen all enter the stadium together. And then, I mean, it's been kind of dubbed like a religious experience to see after the game, both teams sing their fight songs, and the winner gets to go second. And the fact that this rivalry is unlike any other, where we have so many bitter rivalries where it's just hate back and forth. And make no mistake, Army hates Navy and Navy hates Army, but at the same time, there's a respect and admiration because of what they're signing up to do, not just for the school that they play for, but the service to the country afterwards. It's a really unique rivalry, and I'm really excited to see all of it unfold and see how special it really is, because it doesn't matter who you talk to down here. It's everybody says you'll be moved to tears when you see the respect and the spectacle that is Army Navy throughout the entire day.
It just sounds like a ton of fun. And yeah, you highlight the camaraderie between these two academies. Obviously, it's quite the opposite of a bitter rivalry. There's a lot of love and a lot of patriotism. I love how you refer to it as a religious experience. So you're obviously there. You're getting, firsthand taste of everything happening. Like, are there events? Are there tailgating scenes happening tomorrow? Like, I am kind of new to the Army-Navy rivalry, and I'm wondering if this is set up. Obviously, it's a lot different than a traditional college football game, but if it's still got all the college football game happenings like good food and a good atmosphere and everybody just having a party leading up to it and afterwards.
Yeah, it does, but it's a little bit different in that, like, the students aren't the ones that are leading the party, right?
Oh yeah.
It's all the people that have gone through and they've done their service and duty to the country, and it's the parents, and those are the ones that are tailgating, and it's going to be different. And I'm interested to see how that goes too, because it is unique in that it isn't just a bunch of drunk college kids that are going to be rolling around. It's going to be a tailgate that is a little bit of different vibe. But yeah, there are events like throughout the entire week here leading up. I mean, that's the one thing that, we see all the USAA commercials with like Gronk and with Sam Elliott, but they, as like the presenting sponsor of this game, they do things throughout the entire week and make the event like a Super Bowl-esque experience, or they have like fan experiences and stuff like that. And I'm interested to see how it all goes. But yes, they do have tailgating, but it is different than most college tailgaters too, because and I'm interested to see how it is in D.C. because this is only the second time they've played the game in Washington, D.C. And mostly they play them in Philly, but they've been bouncing around to Baltimore, New York, and Boston as well. So this is only the second time it's in Philly. So there is also, some newness to everybody that's coming to the game too, because this is the first time since 2011 that the game's been here.
How's your co-host handling kind of being the step brother or redheaded stepchild in this situation, being an Air Force vet?
Are you kidding? He's obviously leaning into being the
Yes.
heel, and
Is he saying he hopes they both
his
lose?
Air Force stuff. Yeah, exactly. And it's he wore his Air Force sweatshirt yesterday, and everybody just kind of looking at him like,
Fantastic.
what are you doing here? But obviously it goes a long way just because of the fact that everybody has a great respect for anybody who served. But yes, he is obviously going to be leaning into being the heel.
I love that Danny is leaning into that. Danny and Dusty broadcasting live from noon to 3 today at the site of the Army-Navy game, the 125th playing of the rivalry. What do you got coming up on the show today, Dusty?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this too because the USA Radio Row is actually at the Military Women's Memorial, which is at Arlington National Cemetery.
Oh, wow.
And so we're going to be heading up there in about an hour, and we have got a ton of really good interviews. I mean, that we have lined up. Joe Theismann is going to stop by with us. Nicole Auerbach from NBC. Wow. We have got Lieutenant General Stephen Gillen he's the U.S. Army Superintendent. We got Vice Admiral Sean Buck, who is the former Superintendent of the U.S. Navy. We got Nate Boyer, the former Green Beret, who turned into a long snapper and played for the Seahawks. Ron Rivera is going to stop by with us.
Oh, wow.
We got the owner of we got the president of Monument Sports, Zach Galinosis, who is the Capitals and Wizards. I mean, they got some heavy hitters that are going to be swinging through, and so really excited for the show and to get up to Arlington National Cemetery because that's also, a place that I've always wanted to go, and kind of the reverence behind that location and what it means to our country. It's going to be a special day up there. So we'll be live noon to 3 from the Military Women's Memorial at Arlington National Cemetery today from noon to 3. It's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the guests that they're bringing on.
Absolutely, Dusty. A star-studded VIP list of guests from Joe Theismann on down. Quickly, you got a prediction for tomorrow? I believe Army is a 6.5-point favorite over the Navy midshipmen right now.
Yeah, this is a game where you're like 11-1 versus 8-3. Obviously, rivalry games, you kind of throw records out anyways. Yeah. But also 7.5 with the way that Army's been playing throughout the course of this year. You'd think that Army would be a bigger favorite. Limited possessions, though, in this game. It's going to be a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
And so I do think Army ends up winning just because this seems like it is their year. They had the upper hand on Navy last year as well, but we've seen wonkier things happen in this game. And, that's one of the cool parts about it is that, nobody has any earthly idea when you look at matchups because it is two teams that run the football, that are undersized and super disciplined. So it's going to be whichever team clinches first.
The good old triple option. Appreciate you, Dusty. 1080 The Fan Zone, Dusty Harrah live from Landover, Maryland. Excited to hear the show from noon to 3 today, Danny and Dusty, and excited to hear from you next week after you watch the game tomorrow. Thank you so much, Dusty. Enjoy your time there. Have fun, man.
Yeah, you guys got it. Thanks for having me on. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, appreciate it. Wave at him as he goes. That is 1080 The Fan Zone, Dusty Harrah. Man, that's going to be a fun game tomorrow. And obviously now that you and Swag have told me that there are some FCS games sprinkled around the weekend schedule, I'm pretty excited. There's going to be a good old full weekend of college football action, all topped off by the Army Black Knights, ranked 22nd in the nation, taking on Navy in Landover, Maryland. Yeah, that's going to be a fun show from noon to 3 today. Make sure you stick around here on 1080 The Fan. That was today's Daily Ticker, though, of course, brought to you by Pelicans. Pelican Brewing's Bad Santa Cascadian Dark Ale. Warm up with bold flavor and get into the holiday spirit. Enjoy by the fire or maybe under the mistletoe.